What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Yoki Way podcast, episode number 9. On today's episode, actually, we are so sorry for using that default sound.
We are so sorry for that.
But
they just gave it to us, so we're gonna obviously imply that, So,
but on a real note, guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Yoki Way podcast, episode number 9. Before we get going here, if you're wondering why episode 7 is gone, is because that was the episode we completely fumbled. It's shot in 360p. So we did not make it public.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna not count it. It's in there. It's in the archives.
Maybe one day when we're super famous and big,
we'll release it.
We'll just release it,
Yeah, it'd be funny. But yeah, Danny, what's up, bro? How you been?
Man, this weekend has kind of kicked my butt. I have not been eating as much as I should have, and I've not been drinking enough water.
Tough.
That is like, and my sleep is just shot. Like last night, I went to bed at like 2:30. I just could not sleep, and this morning I was a little late for school. Man, it's been a bum. But tonight I feel like I will be able to go to sleep early. I'm gonna force myself, and I've been eating a little better today.
Did you nap today?
I had like a quick nap though. Compared to what kind of naps I did have, and the reason why I did stay up, it makes sense. But today was like a quick nap, and I mean it wasn't quick. It was like 45 minutes long, like to an hour. But I think I still feel tired. I didn't take no pre-workout. At the gym I felt tired. I feel pretty ready for bed after this. I think after this I'll be good.
Man, let's talk about some real shit.
Yeah, let's get away from all that.
But dude, that's some real shit.
Yeah, that is some real.
I will tell you, son.
We both just slammed a pizza, by the way, like a full pizza.
Yeah, one of those like ones you put in the oven.
Man, it's so good.
Dude, why would you bring that up right now? Because I was talking about some serious stuff.
Okay, go ahead now.
Serious stuff I want to talk about is how I am kind of a failure.
Oh, we're both failures.
Oh, man.
Everybody's.
My sleep is so bad, okay? And, like, my focus is just not that good. Recently.
Dude, my focus has been booty.
So it's like, it's frustrating. So, I mean.
Oh, I know what we can do. Pop a natty,
Pop a natty, bro.
Pop a natty.
Dude, just resort to drugs.
Dude, drugs are for kids.
Dude, but, I was seeing some things that some of the people that I watch on YouTube and podcast channels kind of talk about, like, New Year resolutions. And, like, I have not like sat down yet to
and written
and wrote down any of my resolutions, but we have a whiteboard in our office here, and me and Danny are both going to write our resolutions our goals for the year. Okay, with a little checkbox next to it.
Okay,
so then at the end of 2023 we're gonna
keep it up there. Is it a double-sided one?
It's double-sided, yeah.
Okay, so I think we just,
as much as I want to use both sides, I wouldn't mind having that there.
Yeah,
it's a constant.
It's like a nagging reminder.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, you got to get up and do this because this is not going to get done itself.
I hate working construction, and I hate having I don't hate it. I hate working construction because of this reason. Because I feel like I would rather apply myself in doing like social media full time and creating content full time, because like that's what I love doing, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the part of it that I hate. And like I'm not in a financial position right now to not do my day job, right? Mm-hmm. And then last night I was thinking, I'm like, bro, what's my motivation? Like, when I wake up in the morning and then I'm like, okay, I have to pay off these things. I have some things I have to pay off. Like, I'm in debt. And, like, I want to put that number on my wall.
And slowly
so when I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning, I'm like, I got to go do it. Because, like,
right here, we got to do that.
Because, yeah. So
we got a big
so
whiteboard.
That's what I'm thinking, bro. The whiteboard, I want to put our goals and have a checkbox next to it. And kind of have like our reminder, whatever that reminder is for you, for me, whatever. And that can switch throughout the year, the reminders themselves, because, I'm not going to hold on to the debt that I have right now forever. And it's not any.
You know what I think we should do? Separate it for the yearly goals, like daily goals, and say like weekly goals. Because weekly goals are good for like day to day.
But I know we got to do day to day stuff, which I can share there on the table.
Okay. All right, but like the yearly goals are just going to be up there just for reminders of what we're really working for. There we go.
It's called productivity sheets. You get on Amazon for like $23. It's pretty cool. So basically, you put the date, tomorrow's date, most important task of the day that you want to complete the next day, secondary tasks, and additional tasks that if you could complete, you'd be really happy. You write down some notes. Very simple. I know you probably can't see it from the video.
You should have got me one. I'll have to get myself one.
Yeah, but I like that one because. Like, you're not going to put, like, hit the gym. Like, that's it,
That's your routine. That should be
routine. I'm talking about, like, hitting goals, like, things you have to get done.
Like, creating stuff, like, working on something, getting something done.
Yeah.
I guess you can argue that gym is like that, but gym, you can't put that on there.
But man, 2023, like, what are your biggest goals?
My biggest goals is that I want to finally be working on a project that is long term, like for it, like in a job. I want to, me and you, create the online personal.
So, well, me and you are working on that. Yoki
Yeah.
Coaching is in the process. We are currently like just rebuilding the brand. We're doing a lot of things and system works in the background. So then when we relaunch in early February, everything is set up really, really well. So our clients have the best experience, and that will, bring forth the best results in our clients. I still have clients now, and I'm still onboarding some clients that were kind of in the middle in this time period, but I'm not taking on new clients that
Speaking of, just to get this done, let me put that on my story, because in 2 hours I got 4,000 views.
It's not bad.
So I think right now, send me the link.
Do it whenever. We can do it after. Or you can do it tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, we're building a massive wait list on anybody that's interested in working with us. And that's going to be really, really fun, because I feel like me and Danny have built up a lot of knowledge when it comes to fitness. And I absolutely love doing it.
It's a good feeling.
The one thing that's tough is like fitting everything in. And somebody brought up something really nice in one of the videos that I've been watching recently. I don't remember what it was, but he's like, if you hop in a car and you have 10 destinations to get to, you're not going to get into any of them, because you're just like, where do I drive now? Like, you're like,
you're always kind of like, what's one's closer, and then you realize that you got to go to the
like if you hop in a car and you have a destination that you're going to, then you have one way you got to go.
Your mind is set on one thing.
The thing about life is it's not that simple, like we
you
have
get a
to
flat
work.
tire, you run out of gas.
Not just that though, like you have to have several things that you're working on at all points. Like that's just how life is. You have to be able to devote tasks, not multitask, because multitasking is not really effective, especially if you're a man. Like for me, I got to focus on one thing at once. So focus on one thing at once, but devote the right amount of time per task at the right time, and then go to the next thing, right? So that's kind of like how I'm thinking. But yeah, man, Yoki Coaching is going to be absurd.
It's gonna be amazing. You guys are gonna know about it.
And my goal too is to build a platform where I can have people that can afford the higher price package, and then I want to be able to have an affordable package for somebody that that's in high school or in college and still wants to get an effective program and effective coaching. Because man, you can agree with me, effective coaching is so important.
Really quick, what I want to say about effective coaching is that I recently, just today, I walked into the locker room and I was talking to this cop, and he was telling me about his training, and like basically he just like blew his back out. He can't squat, deadlift. He tore his pec. Yeah, he was crazy, whatever. And I asked if he was on a program, and he was like, "Nah, I'm just kind of freeballing. Like I've been on programs." And I was talking to him about how I just hopped on a program and like 2 months ago, and the results have been absurd. And he was like complimenting my legs. And I was like, that's the first time someone complimented my legs. And I was like, wait a minute, that makes sense though, because right off a program, I feel stronger, I push more weight, I feel bigger. Now people are realizing
you've gotten about 25% stronger in all your lifts in 2 months.
Yeah, in 2 months.
After you've been working on consistently for over 2 years.
Yeah.
But then 2 months of coaching, right?
It just
like
shot
with me.
My numbers. Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah.
25% growth in strength. And you've put on like what, 10 pounds?
25.
No, you haven't put on 25.
I promise you. I was 180 before we started.
No. That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
Good stuff, dude.
Yeah, 20 to 25. It fluctuates, but like 20 to 25. And man, like sometimes I'm like
morning weight's like 18.
Yeah,
20.
18 to 20, but like at my highs, say full stomach, whatever. But sometimes I feel uncomfortable telling people that, because they think that I'm like I feel like they're either I'm lying or I took something.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't really tell. It's not that I hold back from telling people. It's just like I tell the right people.
Yeah.
You know. But no, this guy was hyping me up like crazy, and man, it was such a blessing, you know, somebody realizing, because I saw him like looking at me. He was like doing some flies. I forgot what he was doing. And I was squatting, and I noticed he was looking at me, like my legs. He didn't even look at me. Through the mirror, he looked at my legs. I was like, I don't know if he's judging me or if he's like, job or like, you know. But then he talked to me after, which was really cool, a good feeling. But it was tough. I'm starting to feel the pain. But
good. I mean, hey, we got a couple more months of this, and it's It's gonna be awesome, man. I can't wait to see where you're gonna be in a couple of months. I feel like this is gonna motivate you to want to power lift, like in a meet.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I feel like it'd be fun to see where you're at, you know?
It's going to be hard.
It's like I just saw a video of Jesse James West, and he did a 1 month prep, and he competed. And, like, he did pretty good, you know? But, like, if you just focus on doing a prep for, like, 3 months or 4 months, I mean, it's crazy. It's kind of like that delayed. It's like
way harder.
It's a delayed gratification. You know what I mean? Because, like, a month in, you got way stronger, probably like 10% stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like 15% stronger, right? You're 2 months in, you're about like 25% stronger than when you started. That is insane.
It feels like newbie gains all over again.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way of saying it.
You know what? Shout out to my client, Bryce. Dude, this guy, when he first started working with me, I think he could bench 300. He hit 345. 2.5 months in. So 345.
That's a 45 plus.
What's a 45-pound push on his bench?
300.
It's wild.
It's
bro.
not. It's not 200 to 220, 245. It's 300 to 345. It's
nuts. Not just that, man. Like, you know, it's not just my coach. I mean, the bro puts a lot of work in.
100%.
So it you know, there's a lot of factors, but it's definitely part of it. You know.
I think we should get back to the 2023 goals and stuff.
Yeah, back to 2023 goals. But yeah, Yoki coaching to the moon. It's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be. I mean, it's only gonna grow throughout the year. It's gonna be really, really cool, and I hope you guys, you know, if you're interested, like definitely
try it out, man.
You know,
time's gonna go by either ways. Might as well, you know.
Yeah,
get some used to it. You know.
Absolutely. But 2023 goals.
I want to say one more thing. I want to become better at talking. Physical movement, and like overall better communicator. I also, I guess it's just the powerlifting meets, and I want to be more
hop on stage,
known.
bro.
I'm gonna hop on stage. I have to. I'd be doing myself wrong if I don't. You know, 'cause like I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, you know, everybody kind of has a dream of it, but like you can actually do it.
Yeah,
you know, that's a difference. Like. Thinking about like maybe like imagining being on the stage and like, you know, lifting the weights, that's cool. And then you realize you can actually be doing that. You can actually be there. People can be looking at you, cheering you on, hyping you up, and it's just a different world once you're already there. That's the way I look at it, and that's motivating right there.
You guys want to hear a little bit of motivation? In November last year, when we were at Zoo Culture, I have 500 followers on Instagram. About 800 in December, you know, about a year ago. And I remember when we went there, Alex Eubank was there, and he had about 100K on Instagram. But bro put in the work. I remember he was posting every day. He was going live like 3 times a week. And he talks about.
He said he went live every day.
He went live. Bro, this guy put in the work. Like, he was posting 3 times a day on TikTok. Like, just doing so much compared to anybody else. And a year later, he has like 1.7 million followers on Instagram. His like YouTube's at 600K. Like, that is so motivating. And, you know, that's, like, to me, it would, if you asked me a year ago, I'd be like, bro, that's insane luck. A lot of things were, you know, playing to his favor. He looks good. He's aesthetic. The algorithm liked him and stuff. But then I look at my story, right? Like, a year ago, I had under 1,000 followers on Instagram. And, like, this year, my combined accounts, I'm, like, over 100K now. Well, no, I'm not. But I'm very close. You know, I'm almost at 50K on
and he's speaking for
TikTok.
both of us.
Like, dude, I've had so much growth in a year. It's absurd. And, like, this upcoming year, I'm going to, like, 5x the amount of output I put. And my output's going to be that much better. I know I'm so faithful, and I have so much faith in my growth this year. I know that I'm going to blow up like never before. Not because, like, you know, because I want to blow up and have... No, my content will be that good. Like, I will provide that much value. I will change lives. And, like, the result of that will be growth, you know? And, like, of course, that's great.
And a lot of things comes with that, man.
Yeah, and, like...
opportunities, people, everything.
Talk about opportunities. But I love inspiring people. Like, recently, so I started going to Club Fitness, which is like a gym that's about 50 minutes from my house. It's a little closer than Lightning Fitness, which I really like going to. But at Club Fitness, when I first went there, I really liked it that I didn't know anybody. But now I know a lot of people there. But it's really cool seeing, like, the guys that are younger, like 17, 18-year-olds, like, come up to me and, like, to talk how, like, they follow me and they love my stuff. And, like the other day, like, some kid wanted to take a photo of me. Like, I was like, what?
Weird time.
That's cool, you know? Like, I was like, I didn't even know how to react. I was like, you want to take a photo with me? Like, you just want to take a photo with me? He's like, yeah, let's just take a photo. I'm like, what? I'm like, all right, let's do it, bro. But man, like it's cool. It's cool. Like I love inspiring people. Like telling people like a story and seeing like their eyes light up and seeing that little
Their
burst
mood
of
changes
the
and like
energy. Oh, it's so cool, you know.
It's a good feeling.
But I want to continue to inspire. I want to change lives. And you know what's interesting, man? From a very, very young age, I felt like I was put on this earth to do something big and like have influence, man. And like throughout all my young adult life, when in my childhood, whenever I was in points in my life where I felt like I wasn't
Doing enough.
when I felt like I wasn't doing something that was towards that goal, bro, I got into a depressing state.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's crazy to me, but like that's how I'm wired,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Which I know it's my calling, man.
It's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, bro, because it's like my chemical makeup in my body. It's like, no. You are fulfilled and you are happy when you're motivating others, when you're helping others realize their true potential.
Yeah. I can agree with that right now, actually. Man, I get put in the corner sometimes, and I just don't know what to do, and I'm like, why do I feel this way? Like, why do I feel so down? Like, and then I'm like, I'm not working hard enough. I know there's like stuff I could be doing more. What am I planning all these little trips for, and like trying to hang out with all these friends when I'm like, all we're gonna do is just, mess around and like, live in the moment. That's awesome. That's great. Have those moments. But if that's all you're planning and looking forward to, you will like find yourself in such a deep pit sometimes. There's what is the outcome of that? Good memories that you're gonna talk about with a beer later, like that's like that's all you're really gonna make out of those. It's good times. I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm like, put yourself in a position where you can laugh with your friends because you guys are making it.
Yeah.
That's such a thing. Like my vision, like I always have the visions of us at dinner, crazy steaks in front of us and just talking about, I remember we doing that, we're talking about this stuff,
Yeah. Guys, you guys want to hear some motivation? I wanted to work with Inaka so badly for like the longest time because I love their clothing. I love the oversized.
This guy wouldn't stop bugging me like, you got Young LA, but I'll get Inaka.
And I was like, Danny, I know you're gonna get Young LA because it's just going to happen, and it did. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be patient. I had a bunch of brands hit me up. I probably could have hit up Raw Gear and other brands, and I probably would have been able to get with them. But I was like, I want to work with Inaka, and I asked them a couple times, and they didn't respond to me. I went to Texas during our Texas trip, and I spoke with one of the employees there. He's like, bro, just DM Big Baller Ant. I was like, okay, because he like does their marketing and some other things. So I DM'd him, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to send you a package. I'm like, all right, cool. Never sends out a package. Whatever happened, I don't know. But then I was like, oh, that's kind of demotivating, but still had complete faith it was going to happen. About a couple weeks later, I already mentioned this before, but it's a cool story to me. I couldn't sleep at night, and I was like, you know what? I will open up my phone, I go to Instagram, and I see that Charlie Coker like posted. He's the owner of Inaka on Instagram. So I go to his account. I'm like, man, it's so cool. It would be sick to like work with this brand. Like
just going on his like photos and seeing what he's done.
Yeah, he's inspiring
such
too.
Inspiring.
Like I don't know, he's a car guy, has a bunch of cool cars, and like I don't know, he seems like a cool dude.
Sick physique too. He's just like he's got everything.
So I DM him. The next day, I'm like driving to work. I'm like, oh, day job, construction. This sucks. I open up my Instagram. DM from Charlie Coker. What? And he's like, all right, bro, I got you. Like, I'll let Ashley know. And I'm like, no way, So I was like so hype. And, eventually they send the clothes to me. They got my code and everything all set up. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm a Inaka athlete now. This is awesome. On Saturday, was it Saturday or Sunday? It was Sunday. It was Sunday this week. I posted my New Year's, little highlights of the year on Instagram. And I get a DM from Charlie. And he's like, bro, how do you feel about shooting for Inaka? Like modeling. And I was like, what? Dude, that like I was so tired on Sunday, kind of like from like, the New Year's. I was out late, hanging out with some friends. And the next day, like I was just like tired. I knew I had to film a video for YouTube. Like not really motivated. And then that happened. I was like, boom, adrenaline. I was like, Danny. Look what Charlie just texted me. And I was like, got so hype. And I was like, yes, absolutely.
I didn't even know what to say. I was just
Dude,
smiling. I was just happy for
crazy.
him, man.
That's so crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna go to Colorado in 2 weeks, and I'm gonna be there for 2 days, and shoot some photos with them,
Hey,
which is like man, that is so cool. Cause
be
a year ago,
yourself. Like, be yourself.
yeah,
Like, at that moment, and like,
man.
if it's God's plan, you're just gonna continuously go there, always model.
Yeah, we'll see what happens,
Yeah, so
But I have, high ambitions, and
it's good.
what's cool because I remember, honestly, like this is a vivid memory. A year ago, after our LA trip, like I was like, wow, this is so cool. Some of these people live like their life, like doing the
It
things they
seems so
love.
normal though.
Yeah, and then I was like, and I remember even going to the Roger website and seeing like Marshall Cruz and all the
All
other
these guys modeling. It's like,
yeah, and like other people like kind of like the part of the Roger brand. I'm like, oh, it's so cool, man, because like they
you're
represent
you're
that
part
brand.
of a community at that
Yeah.
point. You're part of a family because not everybody can have that, and it's
Yeah.
it's a good feeling when you're a part of it.
So I don't know, it's pretty cool. I mean, we'll see what happens. Like I'm not expecting to like be best friends with like the owner of Inaka. It's not that.
Make yourself known. Put a little like mark on like their life. Like,
Yeah.
be something.
I want to go there, be myself.
Don't just be an NPC, bro. Everybody's an NPC around them. You think he's looking for like another guy that just acts like everybody else, like kind of freaking out, like blah blah blah. No, just like be different, bro. Like make a little.
You telling me?
I'm talking
You're
in
talking
general, like make a stain on their life, man. Make them remember you.
An imprint, not a stain. Stains are bad. Imprints are good.
I like stains.
Stains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on gym shirts.
But man, that was cool. That's like wow. And you know what's really interesting? When I got that DM from Charlie, like I was having a really bad week, and I was like, I lost like 5 to 6 pounds. I was very sick. I had a stomach bug. A bunch of things happening in my life. Felt really weak at the gym.
Just hits you, man.
And in the worst times, like things that you've always wanted to come to reality, like may come to reality. And when you were envisioning those things, right? Like you may envision, hey, when that happens in my life, I'll be on top of the world. Like I'll feel like, and that's just not the case. But then it ends up happening anyways, and you have to be like, okay, wow, it came
on to the next thing.
and
now.
it came
It's
in a
like,
different way, and like I
Yeah.
have to kind of roll with it.
It's such a good point.
It's
Like when I got with Young LA, it's not what I expected.
right.
The next day, I still have to wake up and like go to an appointment with my mom, and like
Yeah.
it's regular life after that
Yeah.
either ways. But now you just have it's like a side quest, man.
Right.
Now you just got more stuff to do.
So from that I learned something, like don't fantasize outcomes.
Oh,
Like
I always talk about
you
that.
know, like don't fantasize a relationship with a girl when you first meet her, because like you
Now
can,
you're living in a fantasy world.
Right,
It's not
'cause
real.
because you may get blinded by like some realities, like some things
Yeah.
about her that you don't see. Don't you know what I mean? Like don't fantasize wedding day when just because she's beautiful and like you hung out with her twice. Like it's hard not to,
It's
because
like-
like we
it's-
all do it.
And like you have to understand this point. It's like it's real. It's so real. Like, for example, I want to be a millionaire and have nice cars and stuff, but like if I'm just imagining how much better it is compared to what I have now, and how like everything now is like nothing compared to that. It's like everything sucks now. It's like you're just gonna live in that little world that's not even real yet. It's not even real. Sure, it can happen, but you're just gonna live like in this real world with the constant thought of that. Now you're not even there anymore.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
it's tough. It's tough not to, but
Yeah, like something I want to get better at in 2023 is being present in the moment, in the now,
Mhm.
being satisfied, being happy, being fulfilled. And like it's very hard because it's a practice. Like I tell everybody, you got to practice being happy. You got to have that habit of being happy, right? Same thing with all these things. Like practice being content in the moment. Stop fantasizing things, like, and just be there, be in the moment. And like I'm driving today after the gym, and I'm just like my mind's just everywhere, like always, and I'm like, deep breath, man. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out.
that's
5 seconds in, 5
that's
seconds
one
out.
thing I can probably say that I've gotten way better at.
Good, man.
Being more okay with things.
Good.
Like I'm okay with things not going my way. I'm okay with a lot of things now. It's just like you kind of just have to take a little step back in your own head. You like just like picture there's a meeting room in the middle of your head, and like you are in it, like the real you, like the your thoughts. You just have to take a little seat. You got to take a step back and just let it all just let it chill, like let it calm down. And then now you can just collect your thoughts, your real thoughts, not the thousands of thoughts you're getting every minute that you just don't even know what to do anymore. Just collect your real thoughts, understand yourself, see why you're thinking all these thoughts. Why am I angry? Why am I doing all this? Then you really start to understand who you are. Because, like, why am I even thinking this, you know? And then when you understand it better, you can make better decisions. Because now it's like, yeah, if I do this, like, this is all going to happen. It's just going to make it worse. Now just to make me sound better. Like it goes into everything. And stop playing the blame game, guys.
Yeah.
The blame game will kill you, man. I don't care how justified it feels like. Stop playing the blame game. It just makes you feel like a better person.
Hot take. So people have all sorts of different understandings of, I guess, God's relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying this is true, but it's a quite interesting perspective. And this was said by, what's his name? Why am I shooting a blank here? The boxer?
There's a lot of
Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Mike Tyson goes, God gives you everything you've ever wanted to test to test you and see if you're capable of, like, if you're strong enough to handle it, in a sense. And I don't necessarily agree with him, but I feel like in my life, what I've experienced is I was able to get so much of the things that I was working for, right? They came to reality. I got it. But a lot of times in the process, I had to, God chastened me and humbled me along the journey. So when I get to that final finish line, when I get that achievement, I'm in a position to handle that achievement. Because if I like, you know, like, and there's things I struggle with now, and I know that I'm going to succeed and I'm going to be a big influence and I'm going to be a big voice in the future, right? I'm going to inspire a lot of people. But if I don't deal with my sins now and with my, I guess with my struggles now correctly, and I develop along the way, if I do get to that finish line and I'm not the right person for that end result, I'm going to break apart and I'm going to fail. Because let's say you struggle with lust and money, right? Let's say that you have a gambling addiction and you have
sex addiction.
And a sex addiction, right? And you get very, very wealthy. And you're very influential person. Huh?
Dan Bilzerian.
No, but I'm saying, like, then let's say you get to that finish line, and because of your issues, right? Because of your sins, because of the things that you haven't,
lost in the sauce.
You're gonna get lost in the sauce, and you can lose it all very, very quickly. And that happens to sport players all the time.
NBA players,
NBA
they
players,
don't get
athletes,
informed how to spend their money correctly and how to buy like
right.
a car the right way. And like, and this is not just my opinion. You can search this up. Like, these guys, they don't get informed. They just have a bunch of people that tell them what to do, you know. And then once they're out off the NBA and they got like a good amount of money stacked up, they just don't know what to do, and so they just ball out for a few years, and then just money runs out. You know, it's
and you know, like, look at biblical stories, like Samson, right? Like a very, very strong man, but like he liked foreign women. Not there's nothing wrong with like foreign women, but like at the time, like, context of the story, he was like an Israelite, and he wasn't supposed to take on foreign girls, you know, from the Philistines. But that's what he did because he could. Because he was a Chad, you know, and you know what that led to? That led to him getting his eyes poked out and losing his hair, which was the reason for his strength. You know what I mean? So it's quite an interesting story and puts it in perspective.
The way he went out was pretty savage, though.
It was pretty savage. It was cool because he got back to God, which is awesome. And that's the best thing I could do. Whenever you fall, man, at least, you know, work to get back up. But I hope you guys understood what I'm trying to say there. You know, I feel like God is like, you know what, my son, I will bless you with the things that you're working towards.
I will mold you into the right person that can handle that success.
Right.
It's because you can call it a setback, you can call it whatever you want, but it will teach you a lesson.
It's like, if why would a father let their son, like, why would a father give his son a ton of money knowing that his son would not be able to handle that wealth?
Yeah, that's just
right.
Dumb.
Because a smart father would in fact hold back and give him only the right amount
for them to grow and get more knowledgeable. And then once they actually can handle the money, now they're not just
like, here, have your
it all out, you know.
Have your inheritance now. Like, now you know how to spend it. You're not gonna be foolish and spend it on gambling and other bad things. But yeah, I feel like in this upcoming year I will have so much success, and I think that you will too. But I think in the process I have to continue to, like, meditate on, like, the Word of God and, like, actually be a good man, because if I won't, like, it will not bring good fruit in my life. And like that's the last thing I want to do. Like as a person that inspires others, like if you and nobody's perfect, but like if you aren't, you know, practicing what you're preaching, then who would want to listen to you? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a lot.
Good little rant right there.
But you know, that's just something I've been meditating on, man.
Yeah, it's tough. Meditating is hard to remember to do, but it takes a lot of practice for you to actually like learn something from it. You know, the first time you're gonna do it, it's gonna be like, what am I even doing? You're gonna be like, you're gonna think it's funny. You know, it's like what I'm like. You're just gonna be thinking of random things. What you're gonna do tomorrow. You're just gonna think about how you're gonna think how you normally think. You know, you don't really know what you're doing, and I'm still in the stage of kind of learning how to do it because it's you know, it's tough. You know, there's not a guidebook in your mind that's like telling you, okay, now you got to switch to this thought. It's like, you know, you develop it over time, and yeah, it's a very helpful thing though.
2023, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy. You know, time keeps going, and everyone should make the best of it, because like it or not, it's going to keep going, and you're going to find yourself a little bit older and a little bit older. And that dream that you held inside you, in your heart, that vision is going to slowly fade away. Because if you're not practicing the art of winning, the art of fulfilling, the art of
happiness.
Working and getting towards things that you're working for, right? Like, you're never going to just magically have a switch in your life that's going to be like, you know, from this point on, I'm going to work towards the thing. Like, it's just not going to happen. Start small. Start accomplishing small tasks, small goals, small steps, baby steps, baby.
You know what's really funny? You know the point where you said like the inheritance and like, you know, giving it and you don't know what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
A very funny episode on Family Guy where Peter won the lottery.
Okay.
He won like $3.5 million and immediately, like listen, like immediately this guy, he just quit his job. He started paying his friends, so he had like authority over them, started doing like a bunch of like stupid things to them. He lost them as friends. And then their family just became scumbags. He bought like, he just blew his money out. And at the end of that's basically the whole episode. At the end of the episode, they lost all their money and they're on the curb. And then I don't know who it was. Maybe like it was like his son. What's his son?
Ryan.
What?
Griffin.
Yeah.
No, what's his name?
I'm brain farting. Whatever. His son, the blonde guy. He was like, maybe we could just win it again. And it was a cut that they looked, and then it was them in the same spot, even more dirty. Because they went to the same exact thing. It's like, if you don't have the knowledge of what to do, man, you're just going to screw yourself up and screw relationships up. You're just going to... It's a funny episode, but it's a good point. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah.
Wow. Well, where do we go from here?
This episode's going to be too long tonight.
Dude, we have to go to sleep. Like, my sleep is so bad. I need to get better rest.
It's already 10:43.
10:43. I think we're going to wrap this episode up pretty quickly.
Yeah. It's a little quicker one tonight, boys.
Yeah, but look, I want you guys to find motivation through this little episode, you know? Yeah. And, you know, motivation.
And we're not talking about the 3 a.m. motivation.
Yeah.
You know, that you randomly get up and do 10 push-ups. It's like, no, it's like the one you apply tomorrow. Today. Tomorrow. You know, it's like, start doing it, man.
Start doing it, baby.
And guys, I can't stress about cold showers. I will never stop talking about that.
You have to
do it, man. You guys have to try it out.
Chill with the cold showers.
No, I can't. It's impossible, man. That thing
you gotta get yourself
my life.
You gotta get yourself a bucket, like not a bucket, but a tub of ice.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Bro, because right now in the winter, it just freezes overnight. You just crack it again. You hop in there the next day.
I think I'm gonna do it in the morning.
It's like $100 for a tub from like.
Yeah, do it 3 times a week. That's really all you need to do.
You do it in the morning before school.
That's what I want to try to do.
You should go to sleep at the right time, get 8 hours of sleep, and then do that in the morning, and actually feel good. Because if you're gonna get 4 hours of sleep, then do that, you're gonna be like,
I know, but you're just gonna wake up though.
Yeah.
No, but man, it changes your life if you keep an open mind and allow it to kind of have an effect on you, not just be stubborn and be like, oh, I hate this. Just keep an open mind, man. Just try it out.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you
for supporting this channel, supporting us, guys. If you want to use any of our codes, like from Inaka, if you guys use code VEN, If you
Young
use
LA, use code Yoki.
Yoki for Young LA,
And for Vision,
either Yoki or Ven, whatever you want to do, like that is much appreciated. The money's not big of a difference, but you know they're absolutely amazing
it
brands.
helps us out a lot more than
Yeah,
you think.
And you know it means a lot. And if you guys ever do any of that, guys, just DM
Yeah,
us
just
your
let
order,
us know,
and
man.
we'll thank you personally. I'll give you a follow back. It means a lot, honestly. Well, until next week, guys. Thank you so much. Throw some ideas in the comments of things you guys want us to talk about, and we'll make sure that you know we cover it.
Continue to keep this going, you know. On to the next week, boys. Have a safe night, day, whatever it is.
Love you very much. Yoki Way out. Peace.